Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah amma ba'd a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim bismillahir rahmanir rahim. I am back. Boys, we're back for another one. But you might be asking, why is Mahi always wearing Gymshark in his videos? I just want to get a sponsorship. No, one day, I'm telling you right now, we will be the Gymshark athlete, the athlete that's killing it in life, bro. Inshallah ta'ala. Hopefully I amped you up for this video because this video is all about killing it in life. This video is all about consistency. If you've been in some sport, if you've been in school, if you even stepped foot in school, the number one tip that you hear about doing good in any single field, it's staying consistent. If you go to any coach, any celebrity, any successful person, consistency. If you go to the deen, Islam, consistency. Consistency is by far the most important skill slash trait that you need in order to succeed in life, and yet most of us cannot stay consistent. Wow. When I say that consistency is the bridge, this is you. This is where you want to go to. So all you have to do is just walk in the middle path until you get to where you want to get to. It's consistency. But most of us fail. They're like, Mahi, I can't be consistent. I don't know what to do. I fall off. I do good 3 days and then I stop. You got it all mixed up, my bro. My akhi, my ukhti, you got it all mixed up. Consistency is not about trying stuff. I was trying to think about it, right? I was like, if you're trying to be consistent right now at this moment, right? You maybe chose a new routine you want to go on. Maybe you want to stay consistent with your studies. Maybe you want to go stay consistent in the gym. The issue is you're focusing too much on that. You're focusing too much on how do I say this? On the outside elements. You're not focusing on the actual root issue. You're only focusing on the symptoms of the issue. And this is the issue. This is the problem, bro. If you go to a doctor and you tell the doctor, you're like, yo, like, you don't say yo to the doctor, but like, you're like, doc, I got a fever. Okay, but then you tell the doctor, instead of saying, oh, doctor, I got a fever, you tell the doctor, yeah, I have a runny nose. Well, they're going to give you a prescription for the runny nose. Now, you take the runny nose, but then you realize you still have a fever. So you haven't fixed the problem, have you? You only fixed the runny nose, but the main issue, the thing that gave you the runny nose in the first place, the fever, is still there. So your runny nose will still come back. So next time you go to the doctor, not really, but you go to the doctor, you tell the doctor, I have a fever. You find the root problem. You find the main issue. So if your fever is gone, then the runny nose is gone, then your headache is gone. So you fix the problem by fixing the main issue. That's what you call the root. What's the root? The root is you. You are the root of your problem. If you aren't being disciplined, if you aren't changing the way you see yourself, the way you hold yourself to a standard, your goals, your identity, if you are not doing that, then you will never fix the issue of the problem. If you don't fix this, the way you view yourself, you will never fix it. Because here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. This is what I always see. People are like, Mahi, I'm trying to be disciplined. I'm adding this new routine. I'm trying to be productive, but I end up always falling down. And then I'm like, oh, I can never be disciplined. I can never. That is the issue. Because you're looking at it in such a short-term lens. No wonder why your growth is still so short-term. I started off with copywriting because I wanted to make $10,000 a month. I was like, I'm tired. I'm done. I need to make money. I need to get rich, whatever. So I started this copywriting program. I bought a course. I'm like, yo, I need to make this work, bro. If I don't make money in 30 days, I'm done. Just so you know, I never made any money. I don't have any business experience. I don't know anything about marketing. I don't know anything about copywriting. And I'm like, well, I need to make money. Okay, cool. I set myself the challenge. I'm going to buy this course because I didn't have much money. So I was like, okay, I'm going to spend the money I have. I'm going to buy this course and I'm going to make $1,000, like $10,000 in 30 days. Okay, I start doing it. To your guess, did I make any money? I made zero money in 30 days. Zero. Of course, obviously, I'm new to business. I don't know how to sell. I don't know how to market. And I expect myself to make that much money. So, you know what most people do? Even myself, I'll be like, oh, no. Copywriting doesn't work. This business model doesn't work. That's the issue, bro. You're thinking too short term. You're thinking, oh, I'm never going to be disciplined and successful and I'm never going to be productive. I'm never going to be big in the gym because I'm not getting the results. Clearly because you're focusing on the short term pleasures. The way you fix consistency is by looking at this like a long term thing. You know, it's crazy. We are so addicted to playing video games and yet we don't take the lessons from it. At least take the life lessons from the video game. The video games have been telling us and at least it shows us what consistency is. You play games. Let's just use GTA 5 as an example. I know it's haram, but it's a it's like a game that reflects life in a way, so it's easy to understand, okay? Let's say you log onto GTA 5. Right now, you're level 1. You're level 1 with no car, no nothing, and you have to make it in this big city of Los Santos, okay? Now, here's the issue. You have nothing to help you. So you try stuff. You try to rob a bank. You try to do this. You try to steal some cars. Again, it's haram. It's just an example. But you try doing stuff in GTA 5 to make things work. And then you maybe get some connections. And then all of a sudden, someone just kills you. You're dead. You respawn back. You have $0 again. You have zero. You have nothing. Now you have to start again. Okay, you start again. But this time, it's a little bit easier because you've already done it the first time. So you keep going, keep going, keep going. All of a sudden, now you're level 50. You have a whole business running, like some drug business running in GTA 5. And then you have like stuff running, like you have a house now, you have a car. And then the more you go, the more you expand. But you're gonna be, you're gonna expect to die in a video game, right? It's not like you're gonna start playing a video game and then you're just gonna survive the entire way. So the secret to consistency is literally training your brain, training your mind to do this more and more and more and more often. If you fall, you get back up and you do it again. If you fall, you get back up, and you'll start to notice that you'll fall down less and you'll do it more. Like for me, most of the week I am doing work, except maybe 1 or 2 days I'm not doing much work, or I'm just sluggish, whatever, right? I'm slow compared to where I was slow for most of the week and I was doing work for 1 or 2 days. Now, how did I change that? I changed that by every single time I fell down, I would always have a routine to get back up. And this is what I call a comeback system. What do you do is every single time you fall off your routine, you relapse on a bad habit, or you fall off a routine, or you stop being consistent, or like you've been doing bad for what you do is you have a comeback system. How do you have a comeback system? It's called progressive deload. So in the gym, what we do, and you can clearly see I'm not the biggest guy in the world, but I made some muscle. So what you do in the gym is, in the gym, you go to the gym. In order to build muscle, you have to do something called progressive overload. You have to keep increasing the amount of weights or the amount of reps in order for this muscle to get bigger and bigger and bigger. You cannot be doing 20 pounds for a year and you're not going to build muscle. You need to increase something, even the reps, something you need to increase, right? You need to make the gym harder as time goes on to build muscle. The same way in anything, you need to increase the amount of time you're doing something to get bigger results. Now, here's the issue. When you fall down, your brain's gonna be like, oh, I've been doing so bad. Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and I'm just gonna work 10 hours tomorrow. Wrong. That's the worst thing you can do. When you say tomorrow I'm gonna work 10 hours, no, because you've been staying inconsistent for so long. What makes you think that you're gonna all of a sudden work 10 hours, right? What you need to do is you need to focus on progressively deloading. You need to be like, okay, cool. What I need to do is I need to make it as easy for myself as possible to get back up. So you make it as easy for yourself as possible. For example, if you've been not doing enough schoolwork, why don't you tell yourself, I'm gonna do 30 minutes of schoolwork, but every single day, because your brain's gonna be like, that's too easy. No, 30 minutes, that's it. That's what you do instead though. You're gonna tell your brain, I'm gonna do 30 minutes. If I can do 30 minutes, you slowly make it 1 hour. You slowly make it 1.5, 2 hours. But if you just do, oh, I'm gonna work six hours tomorrow, not gonna work. Not gonna work. Your brain has not been used. Again, you need to train your brain as a muscle. You need to get it used to doing more and more and more by doing small things. This is why the book Atomic Habits, it's so good, because of the fact that it tells you Atomic Habits is the secret to real success, because it's all about adding. It's all about doing as much as you can, but as consistently as you can, instead of doing one big task and then not doing anything again. And then one big task, it's better to do small consistent actions, because they're all going to build up into what you want to do. But if you go every single day, even if it's 30 minutes, you'll gain more muscle. You will gain more confidence. You'll get more consistent, and you'll just get a better physique, and you'll get stronger. That's the secret. All right. So what did I say? What did we talk about? We talked about thinking very long term in terms of you're in this for life, right? If you fall down, you're just gonna get back up. And the way you get back up is by having a comeback routine. It's by decreasing the amount of time and just making it as easy for yourself to be consistent again in whatever you want to do. Number 3 is by focusing on the root problem instead of the symptoms. The symptoms is procrastination. The symptoms is doing bad habits. The root problem is yourself. So how do you do that? You focus on changing your mindset. I'm in this for life, right? I'm a disciplined person. Okay, it's not like I'm trying to be disciplined. No, I'm a disciplined person. It's not like I'm trying to be consistent in the gym. No, I'm a gym goer. I go to the gym and you do this for life and you have the identity of I want to be an athlete. That's like identity is the type of person you want to be, right? I want to be an athlete. I want to be a practicing Muslim. Instead of saying, oh, I have to read Quran today. No, I'm a practicing Muslim, so a practicing Muslim reads Quran in the morning. And yeah, this is how you do it, bro. But you need to make sure that you don't beat yourself up for the things you're doing. Like never beat yourself up, which is the issue. It's like when we fall down, we think we're done, we're over. This is your issue. Stop beating yourself up. Have some self-love, bro. And I know this sounds like self-love. What the heck? No, have some self-love. Slowly get back up again. And you'll be where you want to be, inshallah ta'ala. And you're going to see the more you do this, the more consistent you're going to get. And the more consistent you're going to get, inshallah ta'ala, you're going to get the results and the success that you want. Alright? This is how you do it. Trust me, this is a long-term game. You do not expect to be disciplined in just 2 days. You're gonna have to go through this. It's an entire life shift. Remember, you're going from someone who's been destroying your life, self-sabotaging, just being inconsistent, procrastinating, to being disciplined. This is a big change and you're gonna need to slowly get yourself used to that. But you need to make a decision in your mind, fixing the root problem, that I'm gonna be a disciplined person from now on. I'm not gonna stay as a procrastinator. If I fall down, that doesn't define me. I'm still a disciplined person. I just fell down, alright? That's how you do it. But one thing before I leave, I've just released the ultimate 2-week discipline program. I've made it myself. This is the ultimate program you need to stay disciplined, bro. Like if you truly want to stay disciplined and you want to know the ins and outs of being disciplined and you want to know the entire process of how I became disciplined and how others become disciplined, I've just released that program and I'm telling you right now, it's going to help you become the most disciplined version of yourself. This is going to be an entire life shift. It's not just a YouTube video. That program is one of my best work and it's just really, really good if you really want to become disciplined. So anyways, if you're interested, check that out in the description down below. Other than that, I love you for the sake of Allah and I'll see you on the next one. Assalamu alaikum, bro.